Stop wasting your life, take control instead, breaking free from modern addictions. We often picture addiction as something confined to the realms of drugs and alcohol. But what if I told you that you're probably an addict too? Don't dismiss this idea just yet. In our modern world, addiction has taken on many subtle forms that we often overlook or justify. From mindless scrolling on social media to binge-watching Netflix, from compulsive shopping to excessive gaming, these seemingly harmless activities can morph into addictions that silently waste our lives away. Understanding modern addiction. Addiction isn't just about substance abuse. It's any continued, compulsive overconsumption that persists despite negative consequences. If you can't stop a behavior for a few weeks without significant discomfort, you might be dealing with an addiction. The root of these addictions often lies in two primary drivers. Pleasure-seeking, we naturally gravitate towards activities that make us feel good. Pain avoidance, we use certain behaviors to escape stress, loneliness, or other negative emotions. Both of these drivers lead us to highly dopaminergic activities, behaviors that give us a quick hit of the feel-good neurotransmitter, dopamine. The dopamine balance. Dr. Anna Lempke, an addiction expert from Stanford University, describes our brain's relationship with pleasure and pain as a balance. When we engage in a pleasurable activity, the balance tips towards pleasure. However, our brain always seeks equilibrium. Once the pleasure subsides, the balance doesn't just return to neutral, it overcompensates, tipping towards pain. This creates a vicious cycle. We engage in a pleasurable activity. We feel good momentarily. The pleasure fades, leaving us feeling worse than before. We seek the pleasure again to alleviate the discomfort. Over time, we need more of the activity to achieve the same level of pleasure, while the pain side of the balance dips lower and lower. Breaking the cycle. So how do we break free from this cycle and stop wasting our lives on these addictive behaviors? The solution is simple, but not easy: abstain from your drug of choice for at least 1 month. Here's a step-by-step plan to achieve this. Identify your triggers, understand what situations, emotions, or times of day trigger your addictive behavior. Optimize your environment, remove or limit your exposure to these triggers. Create barriers between you and your addiction. Find alternative behaviors, identify the need your addiction fulfills and find healthier ways to meet that need. Do something difficult daily, engage in challenging activities that provide a sense of accomplishment and naturally boost your dopamine levels. The power of abstinence. Abstaining works for 2 main reasons. Neuroplasticity, our brains can change. By abstaining, we weaken the neural connections associated with the addictive behavior. Balance reset, given enough time, our brain's pleasure-pain balance returns to baseline. Activities we once found boring become enjoyable again. After the detox. After your month of abstinence, you have 2 options. Complete abstinence. For some, this is the only sustainable solution, especially for severe addictions. Controlled moderation. For less severe addictions, you can reintroduce the behavior in a controlled manner. Use tools like time limits or scheduled indulgence periods. Remember, moderation requires ongoing vigilance. Regular periods of abstinence, like a week or 2 every few months, can help maintain control. The reality of modern life. It's important to acknowledge that modern life is designed to be addictive. From engineered junk food to social media algorithms, companies invest heavily in keeping us hooked. Some people, due to genetics or life circumstances, are more prone to addiction as a coping mechanism. However, understanding these challenges is the first step to overcoming them. By recognizing our addictive behaviors and taking steps to control them, we can stop wasting our lives and start living more intentionally. Conclusion: taking control. Overcoming addiction isn't about adding new behaviors to your life, it's about shedding the ones that hold you back. It's about recognizing that these highly dopaminergic activities aren't solutions to your problems, but often the root cause or amplifiers of them. By following the steps outlined here, identifying triggers, optimizing your environment, finding alternatives, and challenging yourself daily, you can break free from the cycle of addiction. It won't be easy, but the reward is a life lived on your own terms, not dictated by compulsive behaviors. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. Even small steps towards control can lead to significant improvements in your life. Start today. Choose one addictive behavior to tackle. Set up your environment for success. Find your alternatives. Challenge yourself. Stop wasting your life on mindless addictions. Take control instead. Your future self will thank you for it.